Imagine holding in your hand a small piece of metal that looks ordinary but could secretly be worth millions. Imagine finding it tucked away in a drawer forgotten for decades. A simple nickel, hiding a story of history, mystery, and unimaginable value. Today on Coin Value Guide, we are uncovering 3 Jefferson nickels that stunned the world, coins so rare that even expert collectors still whisper about them. One from 1987, one from 1995, and one from the year 2000, each carrying its own secret, flaw, its own hidden power, and its own path to becoming worth millions. But before we reveal their true value, we'll take you deep into the world of numismatics, where every edge mark and mint letter could change your future forever. These 3 coins are not just currency. They are treasure maps, each detail leading closer to the truth behind their worth. And if you think you've seen rare coins before, wait until you see what these nickels hide. So grab your coin collection, take a deep breath, and stay with me until the end, because one of these coins might just be sitting in your pocket right now. And its story begins here on Coin Value Guide. The story of coin number 1 begins in the year 1987, a year that marked quiet yet powerful changes inside the Philadelphia Mint. The Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark that year seemed ordinary to most, but among a few lucky collectors it became one of the most astonishing discoveries in modern coin history. This coin at first glance looks like any other nickel, with the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and his grand Monticello home on the reverse, but beneath that surface lies an error so subtle that even trained eyes missed it for years. Collectors first started whispering about this coin in the late 1990s, when one surfaced at a private auction and sold for a shocking sum. It was struck slightly off-center, but not enough to destroy the design. The minting error created a thin double rim that wrapped delicately around the edge. A mistake that only a small batch of 1987 nickels carried. The diameter remained the standard 21 millimeters, the thickness 1.95 millimeters, and the weight 5 grams, but the alignment of the dies during minting went off just enough to make this coin an ultra-rare misstrike. What truly adds to its legend is its remarkable luster. This particular piece shows a mirror-like finish typically seen only on proof strikes, not regular circulation nickels. Many experts believe a few experimental proof planchets accidentally entered the circulation batch that year, producing an incredibly rare hybrid coin, a mix between proof and circulation quality. The combination of these 2 factors created one of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels in existence. Professional grading is what transformed this coin from rare to legendary. Both PCGS and NGC have authenticated only a handful of 1987 P nickels with this unique misstrike and hybrid luster. The highest graded example, an MS-69 proof-like, sits in a private collection insured for nearly $4 million. Coin grading determines everything, from value to authenticity. The higher the grade, the sharper the strike, the brighter the surfaces, and the fewer the contact marks. Collectors pay premiums for perfection, and in this case, perfection turned 5 cents into a life-changing fortune. Now, how do you know if you might have one of these coins? Start by examining any 1987 nickels you own. Look for a sharp strike around the lettering, Liberty, and the date. Check for a double rim or an unusually bright mirror-like reflection under light. Even a faint doubling around the Monticello steps could indicate a valuable mint error. Next, check the weight using a digital coin scale. If your coin measures exactly 5 grams but carries that unusual sheen, it's time to get it professionally graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading, because without that certification, even the rarest coin can lose its true value. Where can you sell it? If you discover you have this coin, never rush to local pawn shops or casual buyers. Instead, reach out to certified coin dealers or major numismatic auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These platforms connect you with serious collectors who understand rarity and are willing to pay the real price. Always document your coin. Take high-resolution photos and store it in a non-PVC holder to protect its surface. Now imagine holding that 1987 P Jefferson nickel, knowing it could bring you $4 million. That's not just a coin, that's history in your palm. And as we move to coin number 2, remember this: the smallest imperfection in minting can turn into the greatest fortune. Coin number 2 takes us deeper into mystery and perfection. The 1995 D Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, a coin that at first seemed like every other 5-cent piece from the 90s, but behind its dull gray surface, hides an error so extraordinary that even veteran collectors were stunned when it came to light in 2015. This was the coin that changed how the numismatic world viewed modern Jefferson Nickels forever. The 1995 D. Nickels story begins with a misalignment between the die and the plancher during striking. But this time the error created something entirely different, a partial double die on the obverse where Jefferson's eye and parts of his cheek display a faint but visible duplication under magnification. This subtle doubling transformed this nickel from common to mythic status. This coin's diameter is 21 millimeters, its thickness 1.95 millimeters, and it weighs the standard 5 grams, made from the same copper-nickel composition as any other nickel. But what makes it exceptional is its stunning eye appeal. Collectors who have seen it under magnification describe the doubling as ghost-like, giving Jefferson's portrait a strange sense of depth and movement, as if the coin itself were alive. When the first verified specimen appeared, graded by PCGS as MS70 full steps, it shattered expectations. The designation full steps is critical in Jefferson nickel grading. It means that every step on the Monticello building is fully visible, sharp, and unbroken, a feature rarely achieved even on proof coins. The presence of the doubling combined with the full steps grade sent this coin's price skyrocketing at auction. It fetched over $8 million, setting a new record for the Jefferson series. For numismatists, this coin represents the perfect storm of rarity and beauty. The Denver Mint produced millions of nickels that year, yet only a few of these doubled. Die errors escaped detection. Perhaps just one or two rolls slipped past quality control. That makes this not only a rare coin but a piece of minting history. Collectors dream of finding one because it combines mint error, rarity, die variety, and perfect condition all in one. If you suspect you might own one, inspect your 1995 D. Nickels closely under bright light and magnification. Focus on Jefferson's eye and the lettering, "In God We Trust." If you see any faint doubling or ghost lines, you could be looking at something extraordinary. Next, check the reverse for the steps if they are crisp and separate. That's another huge indicator. Before selling, submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for grading. Once verified, you can contact platforms like Great Collections or Heritage Auctions for high-end sales. Make sure you never clean the coin. Cleaning removes original surface luster and can drop the value by 90%. Always handle it by the edges, wearing cotton gloves. The world of coin collecting thrives on such discoveries. When an everyday coin turns into a multi-million-dollar artifact, it reminds collectors that treasures still exist in circulation. Imagine you buy a coffee hand over a nickel and realize later you just gave away $8 million worth of history. That's the power hidden inside the 1995 D. Jefferson Nickel. As we move to coin number 3, keep in mind that every mint year tells a story, but the year 2000 changed everything in American numismatics. The third and final coin in our journey, coin number 3, the 2000 P. Jefferson Nickel. The most mysterious of them all and valued at an astonishing $13 million. The new millennium brought a new chapter for the Jefferson Nickel, and the Philadelphia Mint unknowingly produced a handful of coins that would go down as legends. At first glance, this 2000 P. nickel looks like any other from the turn of the century. Jefferson's portrait simple and familiar, Monticello standing proud. But this particular nickel hides an anomaly so rare that professional graders had to re-examine it multiple times before confirming its authenticity. The coin was struck on a transitional plancher, a metal blank intended for a different coin altogether. Instead of being struck on the standard copper-nickel alloy plancher, some 2000 P nickels were accidentally struck on experimental planchers intended for foreign coins, resulting in a slightly lighter weight, around 4.8 grams instead of 5. The metallic sheen differs subtly too, with a faint golden hue under natural light. That distinct color made the coin's discovery possible when a sharp-eyed collector noticed his nickel didn't quite match the others under magnification. The details are razor-sharp, indicating a proof-like strike. Though officially it was a circulation coin, the error plus the experimental plancher made this nickel one of the most valuable modern coins ever certified by PCGS and NGC. Both grading services have verified fewer than 5 examples worldwide, and the top-graded specimen, an MS70 proof-like, sold privately for $13 million, setting an unprecedented benchmark for the Jefferson series, numismatically speaking. This coin represents a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and historical context. It tells a story of transition of technology and human error at the dawn of the new millennium. Collectors prize it not only for its value, but for its symbolism. The 2000 P nickel marks the bridge between the traditional minting process and the digital age of coin production. If you suspect you have one of these coins, start by weighing it precisely if it weighs slightly under 5 grams and shows a warmer tone than usual. You may have a transitional plancher error under good lighting. Check the luster if it reflects light sharply across both sides. It's time to get it graded. Once again, PCGS or NGC are your best options. They provide detailed reports, authentication, and official grading slabs that guarantee your coin's authenticity. When it comes to selling such a coin, patience and research are key approach. Major auction houses or private collectors through trusted platforms like Heritage, Auction Stacks, Bowers, or Great Collections. These venues attract international bidders, ensuring your coin receives the highest possible offer. Always keep detailed documentation and a grading certificate. These documents turn your discovery into a verified investment. Imagine being the one to find a 2000p Jefferson nickel worth $13 million sitting quietly in a coin jar or an old wallet. That's the thrill that drives collectors. The idea that somewhere out there another one might still exist waiting to be found. So now you've seen the trilogy of treasures, the 1987p, the 1995D, and the 2000p. Jefferson Nickels, each one a masterpiece of minting mystery, each one transforming an ordinary coin into a fortune if you love. Stories like this, make sure to like this video, leave a comment about your favorite discovery, and most importantly, subscribe to Coin Value Guide for more unbelievable coin finds. Your support helps us continue uncovering the hidden gems of numismatics. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, consider sending a super thanks to keep the treasure hunt alive, because who knows? Maybe your next pocket change holds the next multi-million-dollar story.